Students come to college for many reasons. The experience, to make connections, to pursue a dream. Some believe a degree can excel their career, and others need it just to begin theirs. With tuition higher than it ever has been and a significantly less secure path to employment, it's hard not to question if college is still worth it. Recent graduates Dylan Canoni, Amanda Longoria, and Brittany Monique shared their experiences.
It's a piece of paper, but it shows that you've just spent 4 years of your life dedicating countless hours. An employer is going to see that, and they're going to see you just put in the time, the effort, the money, and everything. So I think it's worth it, in my opinion.
I feel like in the job, in the work industry, it's like really hard to stand out. So you need anything you can really get to stand out. In regards to money, it is like a lot. Like I'm probably gonna be paying my debts for a while. I have been looking for jobs. It's been very interesting. It's been, to say the least.
I am employed. I guess you could say I'm using my degree. I'm working at a mental health facility in San Marcos for at-risk youth, and also working for a nonprofit at a maximum security prison with incarcerated veterans doing narrative therapy. I have 10 months left in my master's, and okay, at that point I can start applying to the jobs that I thought I was going to be able to get after my undergrad. Way too expensive. No, I don't think it's worth the money, but if you have a goal and you're driven to get it done and have a good support group, it's worth it.
Whatever the reason for going to college, a degree can still be worth it. It is an expensive piece of paper, and the path after college is more uncertain than it was, but it's still a reliable route. For Bobcat Update, I'm Ashton Yost. Finals represent the end of an entire semester of work. Whether the goal is to maintain good grades or just pass the class, it's time to prepare.
Some studying strategies I use are typically Quizlet. For my language-based classes, I'll use note cards because it's easier if you write it out, helps you memorize.
Studying strategies that work best for me have really been, making flashcards, trying to use applications like Quizlet because they're so awesome,
Studying strategies that work best for me are probably putting my phone away, because I always get distracted with that. Playing some music in the background from YouTube, normally hip-hop music, but without the lyrics, just the instrumental, because I get distracted with the lyrics.
Stress and anxiety often go hand in hand with any test, but final exams can make things even worse. Everyone handles it differently, but there are ways to manage the situation.
Well, to prevent the stress, I'll take little breaks in between, or I'll motivate myself by giving myself little treats after I get through one chapter or something.
I'm probably not the best dealing with stress, but I'd say the best things I can do to deal with it is perhaps take my dog on a walk, go for a run, really just get my brain out of that study zone.
Well, while I'm studying, if I start getting stressed, I take a break, maybe go hang out with some friends, just probably a little short break, go outside, play basketball, just get my mind off of work and just mental rest, I guess you could say.
Finals start on May 4th and the semester wraps up on May 11th. For Bobcat Update, I'm Ashton Yost. In San Marcos, enrollment at Texas State has remained steady throughout the pandemic, keeping pressure on apartments to meet the demand for housing. With safety concerns and new protocols in place, a different approach was necessary to attract tenants and keep them. The community manager at Aspire Apartments, Jenny Bolton, explained the new approach.
Coronavirus has affected our community by transitioning the way you think of what residents need, or in prospects too.
This shift in approach has led to many changes in the ways that apartment managers interact with their residents. The managers want to keep showing support for their residents, but safety is still the highest priority.
Maybe instead of a lot of our previous events being very, face-to-face, interactive, we've done a lot of grab and goes, as we call them, where we might say hey, we have these prepackaged things on this table for you in our leasing office. Grab and go, we appreciate you. and then that would kind of count as our event.
We do offer virtual tours because some people still aren't comfortable with it. So we do in-person, virtual, staff still wears masks. So it's kind of a preference at this point, what everyone kind of feels comfortable with.
All of the San Marcos apartment managers say they are eager to meet the needs of their tenants. For Bobcat Update, I'm Ashton Yost.